You're watching F5 at Black Hat USA 2022. We're found at booth 2140 today, but we're actually at the AppViewX booth right now. I'm joined by Mike Turner. He's the worldwide systems engineering or systems architecture vice president.
Whatever you want to call it nowadays.
All right, awesome. So we wanted to talk about the trends that you're seeing. We've had a couple of chats with AppViewX at this point. I'd love to get your view of the world and how you're seeing people manage applications.
Sure, absolutely. And what we're really seeing, you've talked to them earlier about some of the deep dive, feature function of our platform previously. And what we're starting to see is a trend around applications bleeding into automation. And then the other half of our product around certificate lifecycle management, bleeding into management of applications, right? In that mingling in our automation of allowing people to be operationally excellent in remediating or taking away those manual tasks, whether that be 3 or 4 or 5 tasks to deploy, an F5 load balancer or whatever that may be, taking those manual tasks that are spanning multiple groups, put them into virtual workflows and execute those virtual workflows either manually, right, just by kicking it off with a click of a button, building those into a CI/CD pipeline, so extrapolating that directly out into whatever pipeline you're using, or back-ending those workflows with customized user pages. So let's say I have a group in Europe versus a group in the United States deploying, updating, managing these applications. They can literally go to a web page designed for them, back-ended by role-based access control, push a button and define that application and roll that out from there.
Oh, that's interesting. I want to maybe focus on that point that you made, that you can now bring multiple groups together.
Yeah.
Because normally when I know from people managing an F5, you got your apps guy over here, your server team, infrastructure team, security team, security or certificate folks.
Yep.
You guys can tie all that in together and kind of present it all as one.
Yeah, absolutely. And in some cases, we can even reach out to other ancillary platforms, whether it be ITSM, whether it be some device management. So if I have somebody that's managing my network security folks or managing my F5 devices, how long are they waiting for the cert team to prioritize issuing certificates for VIPs, right? So they're creating the VIPs, but they need search for those VIPs. It's fine if it's 1 or 2. What happens if it's 10 or 50 or 100 because I have a huge application? Now I'm waiting for days, maybe even weeks. I can build that into my workflow and reduce that time to a matter of minutes opposed to weeks or days.
And I think that's ultimately where security folks want to get to, like focusing on policy, defining that kind of stuff instead of like operational day-to-day.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, we can even help to standardize naming conventions, certificate issuance as part of the CLM platform, right? This is kind of table stakes stuff, but putting those certificates into groups and aligning metadata or certificate owners or application owners with those certificates, and then making sure that all of that management and provisioning happens as part of that workflow.
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That was a great chat. Loved getting that hot take from you.
Sure.
Folks, if you are at Black Hat this week, come on down to the AppViewX booth. Check out what they have to say. They've got some wonderful giveaways to give out this week as well. And otherwise, check out the F5 booth. We'll be here all this week, booth 2140. On behalf of Boo, Peter behind the camera, Aubrey behind the camera, and we got Mike from AppViewX. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.